Chapter 16. Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. Reading Objectives. Natural vegetation. Forests. Wildlife. Wildlife protection. Just like air and water, natural vegetation and wildlife is necessary for mankind. Without it, human life cycle cannot be completed. These are the essential component of various food chains and ecosystems. Natural vegetation. All the plants growing naturally at a place is known as natural vegetation. It is the most important component of biosphere. As we move upward from sea level, the nature of vegetation and wildlife changes. There is a close relationship between height of land and the character of vegetations. With the change in height, the climate changes, and that changes natural vegetation. The growth of vegetation depends upon temperature and moisture. It also depends on factors like slope and thickness of soil. Natural vegetation is generally classified into three broad categories as follows. Forests. Forests grow where temperature and rainfall are plentiful to support a tree cover. Depending upon these factors, dense and open forests grown, so it can be said that most of the natural vegetation on the earth is represented by forests. Grasslands, which grow in the region of moderate rain. Shrubs. Thorny shrubs and scrubs grow in the dry region. Enrich yourself. What do elephants do with their trunks? The elephant's trunk is very useful. Without it, an elephant could not reach the ground to feed because its neck is so short. The trunk is also used for taking food from high in the trees and breaking off branches. The elephant can smell with its trunk, gently caress its young. It drinking by sucking up water into its trunk and squirting it into its mouth. It also sprays water or dust over itself to clean its skin. Forests. Tropical evergreen forests. These forests are also called tropical rainforests, widely found in nearby regions of equator and close to the tropic. The equatorial forests do not shed their leaves and remain evergreen. These regions are hot and receive heavy rainfall throughout the year. The tropical forests have serral layers of vegetation. Thick canopies of the closely spaced trees do not allow the sunlight to penetrate inside the forest even in the daytime. Tropical evergreen forests are found in Latin America, Africa, Southeast Asia, and in Indian subcontinent. Hardwood trees like rosewood, ebony and mahogany are common here. Tropical deciduous forests. Tropical deciduous forests are the monsoon forests. Tree sheds their leaves on dry season to conserve water. Many shrubs and small plants also grow in forests. The hardwood trees found in these forests are sal, teak, neem and shisham. Hardwood trees are extremely useful making furniture, transport and constructional materials. These forests are found in India, Australia and Central America. Temperate evergreen forest. The temperate evergreen forests are located in the mid-latitudinal coastal region. They are commonly found along the eastern margin of the continents, for example in southeast USA, South China and in southeast Brazil. They comprise both hard and softwood trees like oak, pine, eucalyptus, etc. Temperate deciduous forests. These are found in northeastern part of USA, China, New Zealand, Chile and also found in the coastal regions of Western Europe. They shed their leaves in dry seasons. The common trees are oak, ash, beech etc. Coniferous forest. These forests cover a broad belt of land in North America, Europe and Asia. These forests are also seen in the higher altitudes. They are tall, softwood, evergreen trees. These woods are very useful for making pulp, which is used for manufacturing paper and newsprint. Matchboxes and packing boxes are also made from softwood. Chi, pine, cedar are the important variety of trees in these forests. Grasslands. Tropical grasslands. These grasslands are found within the tropical zone between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. The amount of rainfall is moderate to low. They can grow very tall, about 3 to 4 meters in height. The savanna grassland of Africa is the example of tropical grassland. Temperate grasslands. These are found in the mid-latitudinal zones in the interior part of the continents, basically in the temperature range extending from 30 degrees to 45 degrees north and south latitudes. Usually, grass here is short and nutritious. Thorny bushes. These are found in the dry deserts. Tropical deserts are located in the western margins of continents. The deserts receive very negligible rainfall and temperature is very high. The vegetation of the deserts consists of some succulents which are xerophytes because they have a water storage system. Tidal. Tidal forests are found along the edges of deltas of rivers in the tropical and subtropical regions of the world. Such forests are salt-tolerant and are flooded by seawater during high tide. Sundarbans along the Ganga Delta is the largest tidal forest in the world. The name comes from the Sundari trees found in the muddy area. Get to know more. Coniferous forests are also called taiga. Tropical grasslands are known as campos in Brazil and savanna in Africa. Temperate grasslands are known as steppes in Europe and Asia, prairies in North America, pampas in South America, veldt in South Africa and don in Australia. The part of land having no vegetation and remain frozen most of the year known as tundra. Mediterranean region is known as orchards of the world for their fruit cultivation. Wildlife. Tigers, lions, elephants, langurs and monkeys are the common animals of tropical deciduous forest regions, while in temperate deciduous forest, deer, foxes, wolves are the animals commonly found. Birds like pheasants, monals are also found here. In coniferous forest, silver fox, mink, polar bear are the common animals found here. Elephants, zebra, giraffes, deer and leopard are common in tropical grasslands and wild buffaloes, bisons, antelopes are common temperate grassland. Do you know? 1. Jammu and Kashmir is the only state which in having its own Wildlife Protection Act. 2. Taiga means pure or untouched in the Russian language. Wildlife protection. In order to protect wildlife, Indian government adopted the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The act governs the wildlife conservation and protection of endangered species. India also signed Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Flora and Fauna. The Indian government enlists 36 species which need protection. In order to protect wildlife, our government has taken several steps. The government has set up wildlife reserves. The wildlife reserves are categorized into national park and sanctuaries. National parks protect the entire ecosystem. In India, there are 87 national parks and number of sanctuaries, which make the country a paradise for nature lovers. Word to know: tropical evergreen forests are also called tropical rainforest, widely found nearby regions of equator. Tropical deciduous forest, monsoon forest, found in India, Australia and Central America. The temperate evergreen forests are located in mid-latitudinal coastal region. The Indian has almost all forms of vegetation. Forest, deserts and grasslands have different forms of wildlife. Deserts have only xerophytes or succulents as vegetation. India is very rich in wildlife. There are about 500 species of mammals, 2,000 species of birds, and more than 30,000 species of insects besides various species of fish. The national bird of India is the peacock and national animal of India is the tiger. Temperate decide forests shed their leaves in dry seasons. Coniferous forests cover a broad belt of North America, Europe and Asia.